guys, welcome back to my channel. It's Siobhan from Tikini Beyond. Today is going to be a twin flame romance reading. So let's get right into it. Whoa, okay. So this is for both. The Divine Masculine and the Divine Feminine. Okay, so in my fairy deck, I don't read reversals, so I'm just going to let you guys know that. These freaking nails, I swear. Okay, so the first card we got was Codependency. And clarifying that, we got the Ace of Cups, the Four of Pentacles, and the Nine of Swords. So this codependency for both parties stems from giving our love in relationships openly and freely in the past and then getting hurt by it. So now we're holding on to it. We're holding on because we've been hurt in the past. We've been wrapped up in these painful thorns. There's hope. She's looking up at the bird. So she's not completely forlorn, but she still feels that it's painful what she's going through. And she's not at the 10 of Swords yet. She's 9. So she's not quite come to completion, but she's nearing the end of the pain. So we're holding on to this love because of what's happened in the past. And there's addictions that led us down those roads, that led us into those relationships. There's addictions to feeling the need for love from another person. So then we got getting to know each other, clarified by the Two of Cups and the Six of Wands. So this is when we get to know each other, when we get to know ourselves, and when we get to know our partner, we're able to present our love equally. Both of us coming together, as you can see in this card. They're coming together, they're sharing it. It's not one person presenting and the other person receiving, it's both. And they're sharing it together. And this leads to victory with the Six of Wands. So when we get to know ourselves and when we get to know our partner, our counterpart, and we express our love, then we are victorious and we're able to do this in a healthy way. Clarifying chemistry, we got the 9 of Wands. So I feel as though it's been a tough journey, and this chemistry is what's keeping it going. We're trying to figure out how this chemistry is going to bring us into love, into union, because chemistry is one thing, and it is a magnetic attraction, but it may not necessarily equate to love, to true love. There's definitely an attraction, but we're feeling guarded still. We're feeling guarded because of what's happened in the past, like we saw with codependency. What's happened with our last time, or the time before that, when we had a magnetic attraction to somebody and it didn't work out and we ended up getting hurt, because the 9 of Wands is the Wounded Warrior card. So there's still that little bit of trepidation around presenting ourselves openly and freely, like we saw with the 2 of Cups, even though it will lead to victory when we get to know each other and we present ourselves openly and freely. But there may be some little bit of hesitation from both parties, because it's like, well, you know, I've been through this in the past with other people and it didn't work out, and I thought that they were the one, and it's more like, I've been hurt and I really just don't want to get hurt again, and I'm scared that this isn't what I think it is, or this isn't what I feel it is. And then we have pay attention to the red flags. Clarified by the 6 of Pentacles and the King of Swords. So paying attention to the signs is going to help us to ascertain whether this is indeed a true twin flame relationship, or any relationship worth pursuing. And with the 6 of Pentacles, it's being able to pay attention to these red flags or these signs is going to help us discern where we're going to give our energy to, where we're going to give our attention and our focus and our communication. And the King of Swords is mental energy about communication. So being aware of what's going on in the relationship and what we're being presented with from the universe surrounding our twin flame relationship is going to allow us to see where we want to invest our time, where we want to invest our money, even, because Pentacles is money in like the 3D realm. So finances, where do you want to invest in this relationship? Physically, mentally, emotionally, monetarily even, you know, buying a house together. Weddings are expensive. Anything like that. Pay attention to the signs and where they're guiding you to, and then communicate openly and honestly to be able to come out of the past wounded warrior energy, coming out of that the past relationships of codependency, paying attention to things that we've gone through in the past and not repeating those cycles. So being aware of where we've been so that we don't continue down those paths again, simply because we were not conscious of it. So this is about remaining conscious, being aware, and being in control of where you're giving your energy and your focus and your attention to. So then we got keep an open mind with the Death card, the Knight of Wands, and the 4 of Wands. So this is requiring us to keep an open mind, to be aware of the past our history in the relationships with others and our history in the relationship with our twin flame, it's requiring us to completely transform from that mindset to be able to charge forward passionately with purpose, to be able to completely let go of anything that's not working, anything that is not going to work in this new relationship. So anything that brought toxicity or instability from past relationships, it can no longer move forward. And so you need to become aware of these patterns that you've gone through in the past with other partners or within yourself, things that you've attracted to you for a reason, because you're trying to learn this lesson. So being aware of it is number one. So keep an open mind and be aware of it. Pay attention to those red flags. And then being able to work through that, to be able to transform those past hurts, pains, ways of thinking, ways of moving in relationships, ways of being, into something more productive, into something more stable. And then that will allow us to come into this union and give and receive openly, freely, and with balance. So then we got soulmate, clarified by the Faerie Farewell and the Emperor. So the Faerie Farewell is about endings and closings and exiting the fairy garden. So I'm going to read it for you guys. Fairies clever, fairies bright, from garden, wood, and pond, you shed your glorious light. Many thanks for helping me find a path that's true and right. So the fairies are assisting us in uniting with our soulmate, who is the Emperor, the divine counterpart, to be able to see things as they truly are, leading us down the right path. So we're on the right path. We are moving towards our divine counterpart. And I know that a lot of readers and myself included, have done these readings, and we keep getting sort of similar information coming through. We keep getting, like, oh, union is soon, this is happening, this is happening, this is happening. But it's all true. And we are being asked to have patience through this whole transformation. We are being asked to keep an open mind. We are being asked to really have faith and trust in the process of what's going on, because this isn't something that happens overnight. And this isn't something that you snap your fingers and all the past baggage is gone and then you're ready to come into union because you're whole. It's not like that. It takes time, it takes effort, it takes patience. It's going to take a lot of working through our old issues like codependency to be able to let go of things that aren't working anymore, getting to know ourselves and getting to know our partner, expressing ourselves openly and honestly, coming into trusting our attraction, letting down our guard, paying attention and being aware of the signs and synchronicities, paying attention to our past patterns that aren't serving us anymore and being able to cut those out. Being able to cut that out and say, this isn't working for me. I'm not going to spend my energy on that anymore. I'm not going to give my time and my focus to something that is draining me rather than building me up. And keeping an open mind. We have to go through this open-minded. We can't stay closed-minded to things that we previously were too stubborn or too unaware to accept or to realize. Like, this is going to take some serious I don't want to say compromise, but it is going to take a little bit of compromise. It's going to take a little bit of us working together. It's going to take us working with ourselves in a higher, more constructive way, and it's also going to take us working with our partner in a higher, more constructive way. Because this is a soulmate, and the twin flame is a soulmate. And you can be in a karmic relationship with a soulmate. You can be in a karmic relationship with a twin flame. It's all about the lessons. It's all about the things that need to be learned, the process of what this whole thing is ultimately learning. Everything is learning. So we're coming into that. So I want to see very soon. We're coming into that very soon. And we keep seeing that very, very soon, very soon. All of that. But the thing is, our higher selves are the ones, and our guides and our angels are the ones who are saying, yes, very soon, very soon. And it's funny to me because I've communicated with my higher self. Here's an example, actually. It's kind of funny. My cousin was pregnant, and she didn't want to know the sex of the baby. And she asked me if I could sort of tune into the energy and see if I got an answer from my higher self. So I did, and I got an answer. And it showed me that it was going to be a girl. And it was. And it was a girl. So ever since then, I've been working with my higher self and trusting my higher self. So where I'm going with this point is that when she was ready to give birth, she was having contractions, and she called me and was like, I don't want to go to the hospital if I don't have to, because I wanted to do a home birth, and I really wanted to wait until I had everything prepared for that birth. So she's like, I'm not ready quite yet. Can you tune in to the energy and see if the time is now? And my higher self responded, I asked, is she going to have the baby tonight? Like, is she going to have it right now? And my higher self said, very soon. And I was like, okay, yeah, like I would recommend going to the hospital because this is happening now. And then it was funny because she didn't end up having the baby for another couple of days. I think it may have even been a week. So she had been experiencing Braxton Hicks, which is like false contractions, not actual contractions, not labor contractions. So just the whole funny thing is that the higher self exists in higher dimensions that are not in the realms of time. So when they say very soon, to them, it looks like it's going to happen very soon because they're existing outside of time. But for us, we're like, well, no, a week is not very soon. Very soon is like right now. Or in this case, very soon, a week would be very soon for twin flame union, but it could be, months to years. But to them, that's very soon. So like anytime that I ask my higher self for timelines, all I ever get is very soon. So it's just funny to me when the very soon card comes out, because it's just like, well, that's not very helpful because they can't communicate time to us and we can't really communicate our time frames to them. It's just like there's a little bit of a disconnect there because it's like trying to communicate what color is like to somebody who's blind and has never seen color in their life. It's just, there's a little bit of a disconnect and you can't really do it. So anyway, the whole point is that this is happening very soon. So whether that's on our schedule or on their schedule, it doesn't matter. Just have patience because this is coming together. This is coming to fruition. The soulmate, the twin flame relationship is predestined. It's pre-planned. It's part of our soul mission. It's part of our soul contract. So there's not really anything to fear because things are moving forward according to plan. And we just have to do our work individually, and we have to be aware of all of these things that Spirit is helping us to understand. And from there, we're going to come into union. We're going to have this twin flame union. That's the Four of Wands, 1111. Coming together. And we're going to have this victory with the Two of Cups, presenting our love equally, openly, together. Sorry about my busted thumbnail. I don't know what happened there, but it just broke off all of a sudden. I didn't even notice until later. so I'm going to go get my nails done tomorrow. So treat yourself, love yourself, and I say this in every video, and I'm going to continue to say it. Work on yourself, love yourself first, and then you can give love to your twin flame. And they're doing the same thing. Okay, guys, I love you unconditionally. Love yourself unconditionally. Until next time, bye.